Hi guys, I'm Woodcraft Hamster and I thought we would finish off our Spoontula today. I've been having a little play around with this over the last week, just in a bit of tidying up really, and what I want to do now is get the sort of the spoon depression in there, because this is going to be a cooking and eating spoon. As I said in the previous video, this is the kind of thing that I would make when I'm out bushcrafting and I want to make a utensil that's going to serve kind of two or more purposes. So in this case you can use it for kind of stirring your pot, frying, flipping things over and then eating with at the end of it. So I'll move the camera just a little bit closer in and I'll show you what it is we're going to be doing. Right then guys, so this is where we got to last time. Basic shape all roughed out. I've put a little radius in here just because I liked the look of it. And what I've done, if I show you this in the profile, we've got a flat edge up here and a slightly curved edge down here. Now the reason for the curve is just to accentuate this flat edge more than anything and give you something to sort of lead up to. So if you imagine the palm of my hand is my pan, this flat edge on the bottom is going to be able to get underneath things, and then this little slope is going to help you sort of pick it up and flip it over or do whatever you want to do. The spoon bowl is going to go on this side here where the curve is, and for that I'm going to be using my little Ben Orford spoon knife, hook knife, call it what you like. This is the slightly flatter version, just because I think this will work better. And all you really want to do is get a good grip, and with a sort of almost like a potato peeler type grip, just start working away on the area you want your spoon bowl to be. Now because this is seasoned wood, it's very dry, it doesn't really like big deep cuts, so you need to keep your cuts quite shallow. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to work on this for sort of 5-10 minutes or so. I'm not going to bore you with all of it, but I'll speed through a bit of this footage just so you get a feel for what I'm doing. And really it's down to personal choice now how deep you want to hollow this out, and what sort of size you want the eating area to be. I'm aiming for something like tablespoon size, just because that's a reasonable size for you know, eating things like stews and rice and pasta and what have you. So as I say, I'm going to speed through this and I'll come back when we've made a bit of progress. Right then guys, so that was probably closer to half an hour than it was 10 minutes, but we've now got a decent bowl set in there. And this is probably where I would look at finishing it if I was out in the field. But because I'm going to be using this at home, I want to do a few more refinements to it. One of the things I have noticed is that this bit here is a little bit too wide. It won't, well, it will fit in my mouth, but I have to kind of really open up wide. So what I'm going to do is just refine this down a little bit. Both sides, just to bring that down a little bit. Let me see. So I don't want to lose too much because of the design. But what I think I'll do is just round it off a little bit. Like so, and then I'm going to round down these corners as well. So there we go, we've rounded it down a little bit. We've still got that nice bowl in there that will just about fit in my mouth. And again, we've retained this kind of sharp edge up here so that we can get under our food if we're cooking and we want to flip it, use it like a spatula. We can stir with it and we can eat with it as well. Now, as I say, this is pretty much where I would be leaving it if I was out in the field. You know, it's rough and ready, but it does the job. I'm going to be using this at home, so I think I'm going to sand this, and none of you want to sit here watching me sanding a piece of wood, so I will come back in just a second and show you it once it's done. So there is our spatula all done. I have sanded it down to a 240 grit finish, and actually, although a lot of people like to work through the grades, what I've actually done is started with an 80 grit just to get rid of all the rough tool marks, and then straight onto a 240 to give it a bit of smoothness, and that's all I'm going to do. I know some people will disagree with this, but that's just the way I like to do it. And all that's left to do now is give it a bit of an oil bath finish. I'm going to leave this initially to soak for probably 12 hours or so. Just let it soak up all that oil, take it out, and then I'll give it a buff. So I'll come back, well, for me it'll be tomorrow, for you it'll be in a few seconds, and I'll show you the finished article. Right then guys, so here it is. It's been oiling overnight. I've given it a clean and a buff off today, and I think it's come out really nicely. I really do like oiled birch. I think it's got a really nice look and finish to it, and this is now all ready to be used. I will periodically add some more oil to it, but this is now perfectly good to use in my kitchen. And as I say, it's a new design to me. I really like this kind of shape, this nice flowing curve in there. I like the fact that you've got something to actually pick things up with and eat with if you want to. So for me, as something to make in the field, I think this is a really nice little design. So I hope it was useful, guys. Comments and questions in the box below. Hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you'll all join me next time. Cheers, guys.